There was Donald Trump responding to days of criticism from Elon Musk about this big, beautiful spending bill. And it was after that that the fallout really began, because Musk then replied to a clip of that on his Twitter profile. Of course, remember, he owns Twitter. And he replied, whatever, but then launched into an online tirade against Donald Trump. At one point, he said, without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude. He then proceeded to dig up old tweets of Donald Trump, which were critical of governments that didn't balance the budget. He said, where's this Donald Trump gone? And then launched a poll on his Twitter profile as well, saying, is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle? Now, as of going to air, that had 4 million votes on that poll, with 82% of them voting yes. Well, Donald Trump then responded on his own social media platform, saying Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his electric vehicle mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy. Musk then replied to that, saying, such an obvious lie, so sad. But that really is when things kicked into overdrive. The biggest tweet of the night by far came from Musk, and it centered around the Epstein files. Now, a quick deep dive on that. The Epstein files, of course, were centered around Jeffrey Epstein, the well-known pedophile and sex trafficker who hanged himself in prison. Well, MAGA world, the far-right conspiracy theorists on the part of the Republican Party, have long believed that Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself and that he was effectively bummed off for knowing too much. And a lot of Donald Trump's more extreme supporters have been pushing the administration to release the files on Jeffrey Epstein, and Donald Trump said that he would. Now, about a month or so ago, he did do just that, but it was somewhat of a nothing burger, and the FBI director and deputy director came out and said that there was nothing suspicious about the way that Jeffrey Epstein died. Well, Musk then dropped a huge allegation, saying, time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. He then doubled down on that, saying, mark this post for the future, the truth will come out. Well, Donald Trump has not personally commented on those allegations. He has said one thing on Truth Social since then, but he tried to center the conversation back to the spending bill. And Caroline Levitt replied as well, saying that this is an unfortunate episode from Elon, but then continued to focus on the bill as well. So the most damaging of these allegations have not been directly commented on by the White House. Donald Trump didn't respond to questions when they were shouted to him from my colleagues in the White House press pool about this specific allegation. So it's fair to say that this is not going away anywhere anytime soon. However, the two have kind of de-escalated in the hours that followed.